Hey, what's up guys? This review of Samsung Galaxy J7 Prime is shot after the continuous usage of the phone for nearly a month now, and without any doubt I can say that it didn't let me down on most occasions, although it's not a phone without faults. First of all, it's a decently sized phone, with the screen stretching 5.5 inches, which is a tad bigger than its sibling Galaxy J5 Prime. To my surprise, this phone didn't feel bigger in hands, which has always been the case with 5.5 inches phone, thanks to its small bezel around the screen. It has a thinner body with rounded back edge that fits the palm of your hand with ease, making the grip stronger. The body is full metallic and thus gives a premium feel to the phone. It comes in two colors, black and gold, and I'm using the black one. The front bezel of the phone is black, while the sides and back has more of a bluish tinge to it, and that's really nice to the eyes. The power button is on the left, volume rocker, which has now two separate buttons, is on the right, and home button is located where it's always have been, and all these buttons are decently tactile. The home button incorporates a fingerprint sensor this time, and you just need to rest your finger on it instead of swiping. The back panel can't be separated from the phone as it has unibody design, making the battery inaccessible to the users. Overall, the design and build quality is above par considering the price tag of this phone. The mighty screen is full HD TFT capacitive screen with 73% screen to body ratio and a pixel density of 401 ppi. The screen is protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass 4, which is highly resistant to scratches, though not quite that much. The display is bright with somewhat oversaturated colors, but we do love high saturation and has somewhat good viewing angles. This is obviously not the best display out there, but for this price point, it's really great. The screen is flanked on its top by a camera, sensors and a LED light which glows up for alerts and during charging. The phone, however, doesn't have an automatic brightness setting. Samsung has left out that sensor, making us work a bit on adjusting the brightness every time we step out. One thing though that got on my nerves was that upon using the phone with one hand, the screen didn't register the touches, as edges of the screen were already being occupied by some part of my hand, making the screen non-responsive to my main touch. Even while using two hands, if your hand sits on the edge of the screen, you cannot register the touch. The phone thus needs to be held right at the edges to make the screen responsive. This is a 4G enabled dual SIM phone, but only one SIM can be used for 4G at a time. It comes with Android 6.0 Marshmallow, overseen by Exynos 7870 octa chipset, octa-core 1.6 GHz Cortex A53 CPU, and Mali T830M P2 GPU. Internal storage is either 16GB or 32GB according to the country you live in. Supports microSD card and has a mighty 3GB of RAM. This configuration translates into a smooth experience with whatever you throw at the phone. I usually notice when the phone starts to show its weakness, but this phone never even for a second showed any weakness with whatever I wanted it to do. Packed with non-removable 3300 mAh battery, it packs in a lot of juice to go ahead with. Considering that it has 5.5-inch display, the battery really supports it along with high internals with ease. There are also options for reserve battery for calls, extend battery time, and forward calls when no battery. These options really help to extend the battery life when you're running short. I used the phone with more than normal usage for the day, and it still managed to have 20% of charge at 11 PM, making me give it a rating of B+. However, there is no quick charging present, which is quite a bummer for some people. I personally like quick charging when available. The speaker is located on the right side of the phone, which is not loud enough. In noisy environments, it is nearly impossible to listen to the audio, though in quiet locations, you can give it a chance. Let's listen to a sample from the speaker. The primary camera is 13 megapixel with f1.9 aperture, 28mm autofocus lens. The camera quality is decent, and with aperture of f1.9 it works well in low lighting conditions, though with some grain. The photos come out sharp and color reproduction is also good. You can adjust the exposure, but there's no option for HDR or option for adjusting ISO or white balance. Front facing camera is 5 megapixel and is decent enough for video calls. Overall, the quality of primary cam is not that bad, and you can easily rely on it on various occasions, be it in sunlight or low lighting conditions. Galaxy J7 Prime with its awesome specs performs well with resource-intensive games. It gets warm sometimes, but having a full metal body, the heat dissipates quite nicely and doesn't hamper with the experience. Performance has been somewhat clean and smooth, and it can play many games without a frame drop, making this phone a good contender for gaming phones. The 3GB RAM does help in this regard, so you don't need to worry about new games that will be released. So at the end of the day, I would have liked certain things to be seen in this phone, but as far as this phone goes, it's pretty decent for the price you pay. I had some issues with the phone, but using it daily was easy and without any regret. If you are a Samsung loyal and want a J series phone, look no further, as this phone will satisfy your every need. So would I recommend you to buy this phone? Of course I will. Hope you like this video, and if this video helped you in some way, then don't forget to hit the thumbs up at the bottom of the video. Also, if you want to see videos like this one, subscribe to my channel. That's it for this video. I'll catch you guys later.